Hi, I'm Hosea James Givan II, and I'm one of the hosts of Ignite, Empower, Transform. And I'm here to promote our next show, a very special show we did in London with Michael Pusey, MBE, who is the founder of the Peckham BMX Club in London. We are so excited about this show, and we really would like for you to tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. on BronxNet. Tally ho, tea time.
Give back, let's give back. It's time we give back. Sow a seed and show someone where love's at. Even if you don't give a dime, give your heart and share your time. Help somebody else in life. Give back, let's give back. Don't forget the children.
Welcome to another edition of Ignite, Empower, Transform. We are here on location in London, in England, and I am here with a very special guest, Mr. Michael Pusey, MBE. He'll explain that. Also known as DJ CK Flash.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell us about yourself, my brother.
Well, I help a lot of young people in the community in London, and basically I started as a DJ on a radio station, which was a great legal radio station, the only black-owned radio station, and I started empowering the young people who are some of the biggest artists in the UK today.
Can you tell us about some of those artists? Give us some names that we may or may not know.
Yeah, you may know some of the names. So there's ones like Wiley, Lethal B, you got Lethal B, Dizzy Rascal, you got the expanded off of them, then you have like Skepta, who came through those guys as well. So, you know, So Solid Crew, Miss Dynamite, these are some of like the biggest names that are out there doing some of the biggest concerts in England right now.
That's amazing, man, and I applaud your efforts. And you've been recognized by the Queen of England and by the title that we started with, MBE. Can you explain to the audience in America? This is a title we're not familiar with, but so explain that MBE for our audience.
Yeah, so the Queen knighted me with a MBE, which is for the member of the British Empire. So that's like basically you getting a Hollywood star for all your work in Hollywood. So I got it for all the community work that I've done with young people, including starting a BMX track, bicycle motocross, you might know it in America because that's where it started. And I started a small BMX club in the local community, and now we have about 60 to 70% of the Olympic team in England that are my riders from that local community club, who are past world champions, podium riders. We've got girls that have been world #2, world #3. We've got European champions, we've got national champions, British champions that have all come from a local community with local kids that obviously had nothing better to do, found a BMX bike and started on our small track in 2003. And it's still going now. That's
amazing. So you were knighted. So did they call you sir? Or is that part of the sir?
Yeah, the MBE is like the same. I'm not exactly a sir, but a lot of people do try to reference to me as a sir, because I think when I actually received it at Buckingham Palace, it was a real big thing for the community, because it wasn't just given to somebody that works in that kind of environment. It was like somebody who are helping kids from the street, giving kids an opportunity from the street, and is not directly out there as a celebrity status that they normally give it to. So for somebody like me to get it, it was, you know, brilliant that I could represent the community and open more doors. Because when people hear MBE in certain of the funding levels, they pay attention. They know that they haven't given it to you for nothing. You've got to have done some hard work to get there. And I we started on a small BMX track that was only, you know, 150 meters long. And then I raised 1.2 million and built a Olympic standard track in the heart.
Hold on. You just said you raised $1.2 million for your track?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, brother.
Yeah, so I went along. It took me 7 years. to find this space, because you know London may be a bit like, I don't know if New York's the same, but it's hard to find spaces for facilities. It's either going to be, in your terms, football or baseball, but over here it's soccer. So to find a space that is like 100 meters by near enough 100 meters, that's a big deal. So I had to identify the space that then gave us the room to build this amazing facility, and then I had to find the money. So found the money, got the best BMX track builders in the country, and built this amazing facility in the heart of the community, and it's producing some of the best riders in England, if not the world.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Thank you. We're back here in London, England with Mike Pusey of the BMX club Peckham.
Yes.
And we're going to learn more about some of the people who have inspired him, and some of the things that he liked. Oh, more about your background too. So get some more information about your path to success.
So I grew up in London, and obviously I was brought up by my mum, who was Jamaican heritage. And they came here in the 70s, maybe even in the 60s. And, you know, it wasn't an easy life for them. You know, they had to work really, really hard. My mum worked as a nurse for 7 days a week, and also had her own market stall, which sold ladies' garments, men's garments, and...
So your mother was a nurse and an entrepreneur?
Yeah, on top. So... she works really hard, and as you get older, you realize what kind of, you know, work they went through, and they didn't moan, they didn't complain. So she didn't complain, and my dad done mini cabin, and he worked for a printing firm, and you know, they both worked pretty hard and showed me that working at that time was the right way. Where now, you know, the younger people, and there's a lot more that's open. You can work hard but work smart now, which is a lot more different to when they grew up, which is sometimes hard to explain to them when they see you more at home on your computer doing social media and doing stuff like that. But either way, they had a hard work ethic, which is what was installed in me. My brothers, they were always into music.
How many brothers do you have?
On my mum, I'm the only one from my mum and dad.
Okay.
So on my side, it's me and 2 brothers and a sister. On my dad's side. On my mum's side, I've got 3 sisters and 2 brothers. Okay. So for me...
I didn't do the quick math.
Yeah, I know. It's quite a lot. But for me, I had a big group of families on both sides that was all into working and being entrepreneurs in their own way. I never really had anybody, you know, showing me the wrong path in life. It was all about work, do things right. And if you do things right and people like it, then you get more work. And you'll be successful.
Can I ask what part of London did you grow up in?
Central London, so real like where Big Ben is, Trafalgar Square. It's not far from there, about 2 miles from there. So really central London. Okay. Yeah, which was great because you don't realise how central you are until obviously now you start to realise, wow, I was living like 5-minute walk from Big Ben. You know, or 10 minutes walk from Trafalgar Square or Buckingham Palace. So it was an amazing just to know now that that's where we grew up. You know, it might have been on the block, but it wasn't too far from success.
That's wonderful, man.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So let's talk more about some of your supporters, some of the people that helped you to get to where you are in terms of some of the celebrities that have backed you. I saw a video on your website where you had one of the top artists. Actually, you have a song. Do you guys have a song, a rap song that's associated with this club?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about, we had a movie, and the movie was called One Way Up, the story of Peckham BMX. It was premiered on MTV in England, MTV in America. It was on Netflix for about the last 3-4 years, and it's still available on iTunes. So it's One Way Up, story of Peckham BMX, and it talks about my whole life of becoming a DJ, helping kids in the music industry, and then taking that energy that I had in the music industry and bringing it over to some local young people and proving myself again until, like I said, I have some of the fastest riders in England that are also mentors for the younger riders, and showing people that you just got to believe in young people and make sure that they have guidance in the energy that you put out, and they can push it out to others.
The more we talk, the more I am impressed. And the Queen did the right thing. No question. No question. But let's talk more about some of your, you talked about your parents, your mom and your dad, and how they work hard. But I'm sure you had who inspired you, other people when you were young that you were involved with that played a major part in your development. Can you share maybe a couple of names of some of the people who may have helped to get you to where you are today?
I think, my brothers who was in the music industry, they helped me. I followed their footsteps after the BMX career. Also, when I was working for a karting firm, go-karts. Yeah. You have them in America, you have the indoor. So I grew up there, and I started from the bottom, and that's what I need to share with young people. You're never going to jump from 1 to 10. You have to start somewhere and prove yourself and move up to step number 2 and then step number 3 and slowly. And if people can see your progress, that you're progressing slowly but steady, then eventually you will get up to level 10. You can't just jump from 1 to 8. It don't work like that. Either you're moving too quickly, you haven't got enough knowledge, so you have to take your time. So I started at the go-kart track, sweeping the track. And just, when people crashed in the go-karts, turning them around. From there, I went to the pits, helping customers with their helmets and getting that communication with people that work for banks like KPMG, Coots Bank Account, all the major banks and investors, and talking with them. That way I got my dialogue. And then from there, I went to training young people how to drive go-karts, because working at a go-kart track, you drive all the time. So then I taught young kids till I started my own go-kart school, training kids how to drive go-karts. And some of them are in testing for F1 now. Wow. So then from there, I then went into training adults, and then I became a racing instructor. And then that's hence why I know so much about racing dynamics. And then while I was doing that, I was racing BMX as my hobby. And then obviously I went away from that, became a DJ, radio presenter, and then came back to BMX and put all the skills into it. Hence why not only do I have a BMX club, I do commentary, and I have a TV show that I'm part of, which comes out tomorrow on Sky TV.
Can you tell us more about this TV show?
Yeah, so the TV show is on is NBC you have in America?
Yes.
All right, so it's similar to that. It's on a channel called Sky TV, which is called Revolution, and it's to do with skateboards, BMX, and bladers, and they all race each other for a title around a circuit.
Wow, you're quite a guy. So we're going to take another brief break and come back.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Hi, I'm your host, Larry V. Stark Jr.
I'm your host, Rachel Cheeks Givan.
I'm your host, Hosea James Givan II.
I'm your host, Rebecca Givan.
Hi, My name is John Jenkins.
Tune in to
Ignite,
Empower
Transform.
every Tuesday night
at 8
8 p.m.
on BronxNet.
Give back. Let's give back.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic.
Maybe he could be an outdoor cat that lives in our neighbor's yard, 3 doors down.
Mom.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
One way up for the camera. One way up, man, one way up. The club at the moment is doing really well regarding we are now empowering more young people to obviously take on mini roles of what I do. Empower young people to train younger people beneath them or to come in and help repair bikes and put them in positions where I more stand back and let them take over for the community. So obviously I'm not going to be around for 200 years, but it's something that should be a legacy that should be continued. So really just to set up a system where we have training sessions that train the young people, give them a role within the club that they can keep growing the champions that I'm growing now, that can be role models for not just BMX, but they can use that same role models for other sports and also empower young people to do good in life. Because the same discipline that you use in sport is the same discipline that you can use in your jobs, in your college, in your school. Waking up early in the morning before everybody else, if you really want to do something different, organising yourself, and if you can get up early, then you can get in the extra time that other people are not doing. And if you compound that over a matter of months and years, then you get a champion. And it's the same that if you want to be a champion in sport, you can be a champion in whatever you do. As long as you keep it consistent, that is the message you want to put through to young people. Keep your attitude consistent, keep your behaviour consistent, and then you will become a better person.
That's fantastic, man. Tell me something about some of the other members of your team.
So, I have a parent that's been with me for a very long time, and his sons are both on the Olympic team. They're actually in France, Paris at the moment racing, and yeah, he's great. He's my right-hand man. When you have an organisation, you've got to have somebody that kind of knows what your dreams and your inspirations are, and he makes sure that that's kind of in place. Then I have a very dedicated secretary who looks after the secretarial side and looks after the team that runs the shop. So it's all about giving people roles and their teams and leaving them to do it. And they only come back in reference to me. So I have my other coach that looks after the other coaches, but he references off of me what the kids should be doing. And then I have the secretary who looks after the shop assistants and everybody else on the volunteering side. And then she takes care of that side and also references to myself. But very organised.
It sounds that way, man. Now, we consider you an urban superhero. All right? So, share with our audience, what do you consider your superpowers?
Obviously, inspiring. I would say some kids know that I'm a hard driver, so you have insanity, where you're really giving these kids a lot of drive. So I would say that would be my powers. Giving young people dreams, giving them goals, showing them the right way, and proving to them that it can be done to live their dreams. And the more they can dream and the more they can see it and the more they can write it down, it will come to light that they can do it. And that is my powers to them.
We got a chance to see Michael in action with his Peckham BMX club in London. Those young people are truly blessed to have him.
Go. Go then. Central Chennai, off you go. Okay. Chennai, Dexter, off you go. And you do. Brilliant, guys, brilliant work. Keep it moving, keep the energy flowing. 281, you guys ready? You guys ready? You lot ready? All you four? Ready? Okay. Ready, you guys? Off you go. Let's see some speed in you. Where is Oscar? Oscar, you're floating too much. You're losing pedals. I'm seeing you need to get in it. Get in the rhythm, man. Get in like you want to race, like you want to do this. Okay? All of you guys here, right along here. Up to Rachel, up to go. We have all of you guys at the end to my left, all the way up. Let's go. 5-minute rest after this, guys. Excellent work. You guys here? After this 5-minute rest, off we go. Brilliant work, guys. This is what I want. The energy, the power, control. Control the bike. Control the bike. In your head to your body. Mind to the body. Mind to the body. When your mind tells the body moves. You put it where it want it. Don't get off balance. Off you go, Ash. Off you go. Brilliant. Okay, after this, guys, this is a 5-minute rest after this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come up here, George. Ready? 5-minute rest. You guys ready? Let's do this properly. Let's get this thing going. Be motivated. Make sure you know you want to be number one. Let's go. Come on. I want to see this second straight like thunder. Thunder. Fire. Go. Oh, Lana's hit the thing. He's gone up. Go. Okay, Kevin, let's see one more pro jump. Yep. Clear it properly. Stop leaning back. Put it, jump. Yeah, jump and put it where you want. Look at it. Put it. You're like this, trying to hold onto the bike. You don't want that. You can be a top rider, but you've got to believe and turn up. The problem is you that you're not turning up. And what happens to people that don't turn up? They don't become the best. You have got to turn up. I'm here to motivate you. I'm your mentor. I keep helping you. But you've got to turn up and listen. Listen to the people who've been there before. Listen to the people that's the best. You've got the best around you and you've got the ability. Let me see this pro jump. Dean's right up behind you after that. Let's go. Stay over the front. Let's go. Yeah, I know. I told him stop sitting at the back. Let's get it together, man. He's been here long enough. He can do this. We're going on the big pro jump. This is the pro jump now. Better, a little bit better. He'll get there. He'll get there. Okay, Dean, this is it, man. Let's go and make this one even better. I'm glad that you never popped out and you jumped all free. Let's do it again. Levels. Levels now. This is the levels. This is the pro jump you're going to see. The little kids went on the right-hand side with the little section. This is the big section for the big boys who are at another level, okay? So here we go. So this is Dean. Dean knows what he needs to do. Nice jump there. Beautiful. Now he's going to go for the big one. Hut. Yeah. That's it. Levels. Yep, it's the levels. When you're competing, you need to train with the best. If somebody's better than you, you stick to them. Yep. If you're the best, you start dragging people up as your team. When you get on that finish line as an individual sport, then it's just down to you. You're going to be the champion. But as long as you stick with people that are achieving at a high level, then you can reach there as well. Don't go down with the people that don't want to wake up, don't want to turn up. That ain't working. Stick with the best. Start small and build. So it's the same as you have when you build a house or you build an organization. You have to have a good foundation. If you don't have a good foundation, then you might be a little bit wobbly. So just like a foundation underneath a house, if your house doesn't have a good foundation, then it will fall down. So it's the same in your organization. You start small, you build the foundation with your key team, and then you start putting other people on top, just like you would build a house. The stronger the foundation, the better you will be, and make it small steps, because small steps compound, and over time, just like money, when you do you know, 1 times 2 and then times it by 18. You do 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2. Do that 18 times and you will see that will turn into millions by the time you get to 18.
I don't have my calculator, but...
Yeah, try that. Try that on the phone. Like, you go, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8, 16. Do that 18 times and tell me what the figure is. That's actually for your guys to do.
The way you think is very impressive, man. Yeah. But as we close out this show, can you share with our audience a message of inspiration, either for our young people or for adults who are searching for something to get passionately behind?
I would say follow your dreams, follow your passion. If you have a passion for something, then you're most probably going to continue to do it. If you're not passionate about it and you're not loving it, then you're most probably going to fall off at some point. I would say follow your dreams and go for your dreams and keep moving in that direction. Don't take your eye off the ball. Try not to do too many things at once, especially if you're not a multitask person. Stick to one thing, you know, and very maximum, if you want to do a second thing, then you can, but keep that as your secondary thing. Always stick to one thing and do it to the best of your ability and pass it on to people the way you want it to be passed on, and then you will get there.
Such a powerful message. Such a powerful brother, Michael Pusey, MBE.
Yes.
Such a pleasure, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Ignite, Empower, Transform here in London, England. See you soon.
I see all your smiles and all the tears showing down on your faces, but I know all the while it's gonna be okay. Yes, it is. Just open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. The sun is soon to shine. The sun is soon to shine. Aim your arrow high and keep reaching for the sky. It's time we give back. Sow a seed and show someone where love's at. Even if you don't give a dime, give your heart and share your time. Help somebody else in life. Give back. Let's give back. Don't forget, the children are our future. Just teach them well and let them lead the way. It's our obligation. Help raise a mighty nation. Show for them a better day. Open up your eyes. The sun is soon to shine.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
What?
Make sure they don't get too close.
Being a dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise!
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.